Look at creating drawings of each of our parts. We've got our parts listed through here, and we want drawings with dimensions so that we can actually create this mantle clock. Come down to the bottom left hand corner, I'm going to press the plus button and add a new sheet. You can see we're still using the King's template. We're going to go to base view. This time our base view is going to be the top. So we're going to select top. We're going to go with the scale of 1:2 over here. And we want just the visible edges at this stage. Actually, what I might do is do the hidden detail. And that's going to help us a little bit later on. It won't make much difference to our base view. So let's place that view. Select enter. And then on our left hand side, we're going to get rid of all the parts that we don't want. So we're going to uncheck all of these components. We want to keep the base checked. And we have our view there. We then want to come up to projected view. And we're going to project a view looking from the front. Now from the front is actually below our base view. We're also going to project a view off to the side. So we're going to project those views, press enter. Once we've placed that view, I'm going to put that top view, or the front view I should say, just up above the top view of our base piece. We have one more drawing to add in here, and I'm going to add that by adding a new base view. I want to do this from, let's try northeast. Perfect. I'm going to do this at a, let's say 1:3. Let's see how that looks. No, we might be able to go with 1:2 there as well. Remember that we're only wanting the base here. We're not wanting the whole mantle clock. So when I place that view, before I do, I want to make sure that it's shaded. And then I'll click OK. I then want to turn off, again, everything except the base component. So there it is. I'm going to move that down slightly. And there are all our drawings. Last but not least, in terms of inserting extra information, we want to select the table. I'm going to do it from this drawing, so I'm going to select that drawing. And I'm going to place that table close to down the bottom here. Select the table, link it to the bottom, double click, and turn it the right way up with the up down button and close. Let's save that before we go on. Okay, now we're going to dimension this drawing. So we're going to start with this front view. We'll go to the top view and then off to the side. So we're just going to zoom in here. Make sure that's sort of in the center. And we're going to use our dimension tools and geometry marking up here. So we're going to go one view at a time. So start with the dimensions. And go from the base corner here to the base here. I'm going to lift that up a fair way because we've got some other dimensions to go inside here. Next dimension, we might have to zoom in some more. It's going to go from that side there to that point there. I'm just going to select enter and zoom out. You can see this has added the 5 up in our 260 line. Now this is not quite what we're after. So we need to press escape to get out of the dimension tool, then select the number 5, and I want to grab one of these grey nodes here. I'm going to bring that down much closer to where that 5 is. We might put that 5 just there as well. We can also then drop our 260 down a little bit as well. Okay, we need 5 mil on the other side as well, so we're going to move that across just a little bit. Back to the dimension tool, and I want to go from this edge down to this edge, and that gives us all the information for our chamfer. Right, escape to get out of the dimension tool. And this one again, I might move out just a little bit just to make sure that 5's not impeding on the drawing. Last but not least, we need to actually add some center lines. So we need to come up to our geometry tab and select center line. Now I'm going to select the edges of our circle and the edges of our hole here as well, and that will then extend that center line right the way through. So going with both of those, that's the top view complete. So if we move down to the next view, we want to jump back to the dimension tool. We're going to dimension the overall height there. We drag that out, place that one there. We might just zoom out a little bit so we can see what's going on. We already have the dimensions for our chamfer on the view above, so we're going to now put dimensions in here and then here. Escape to get out of the dimension tool. Just select the 14 and put it on the opposite side. I'm going to drag those down so they're in line, and we can see then exactly what dimensions we're working with. We need some more geometry. We want to have some center marks, so we're going to put center marks in for each of our radiuses and the circles. So we pop those in. Last but not least, for this view, we need a diameter dimension for our circle. So we're going to select that one there and place that up the top. Now I'm going to move off to the right hand side, where again add some more dimensions. We want an overall thickness, which is 19. I'm going to drag that up a fair way because we also need to add in here the second dimension. So we're going to hit escape, move that 10, probably more appropriately suited on that side. And last but not least, we're going to put the center line in for our circle. So let's come back over to center line and select each of those, and there's our center line. So if we fit that to screen, we have a pictorial view, a front, top and side, all dimensioned. Click Save, and OK, and we're ready for the next part.